Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to another talk session with Sis and Maya. My next topic
Hey there.
is how to master the art of negotiation in daily life.
Negotiation is everywhere, not just in business deals. Think ordering food, deciding what movie to watch, even just figuring out who does the dishes. The art is understanding what you want, what the other person wants, and finding that sweet spot where both of you feel like you got something good out of it. What part of negotiation feels trickiest to you?
What is negotiation? Why is negotiation important in daily life?
Negotiation, at its core, is just about reaching agreements through discussion. It's how we resolve conflicts or make deals when people have different interests. It's not always formal, like haggling over a price. It can be subtle, like deciding where to eat with friends, where everyone has preferences. Why does it matter day to day? Because life's full of situations where you need to get your needs met while maintaining relationships. Builds confidence, problem solving skills, and helps you get what you want. Whether it's a better deal, fairness in a relationship, or even just avoiding headaches over trivial stuff. Really, it's a social skill as essential as active listening or empathy.
What are common situations where people negotiate daily?
Oh, everywhere. Think about dividing chores with roommates. That's negotiation. Choosing a movie with family or friends is a negotiation. Even casual conversations sometimes involve negotiation if you're at a restaurant and want something adjusted or asking a neighbor to quiet down their music. Car prices, flea market bargains. Those are the obvious ones, but really it shows up in small stuff too. Who takes out the trash? Who gets the last slice of pizza? Deciding how to spend the weekend. Even something like when to meet someone for coffee. Basically, anytime you want something from someone else or you need to find a compromise, that's negotiation in action.
What is a flea market?
Ah, good question. A flea market is basically a large outdoor market where people gather to buy and sell used goods. Think furniture, clothing, antiques, tools, anything really. It's like a huge yard sale, but with like tons of different sellers. Bargaining over prices is a big part of the experience. So it's a prime place to practice those negotiation skills we were talking about. Most prices at flea markets aren't fixed, they're starting points for a little back and forth. Have you ever been to one before?
Why do many people feel uncomfortable during negotiation?
Good question. I think it's a mix of things. A lot of people feel awkward asking for things or thinking about money, period. There's this fear of being seen as greedy or pushy or ruining a relationship. Others feel unprepared, like they don't know what a fair price is or what to say when someone pushes back. Some just genuinely hate conflict, so even mild negotiation feels stressful. And honestly, societal stuff plays a role too. We're sometimes taught to be polite and accept things as they are instead of advocating for what we want. What about you? What makes negotiation feel uncomfortable for you personally?
How does preparation improve negotiation outcomes?
Massively. It's like going into an exam without studying versus actually knowing the material. Huge difference. When you prepare, you know your BATNA, best alternative to a negotiated agreement. That's your walkaway point. What you'll do if you can't reach a deal. Knowing that empowers you to not cave just because you're desperate. You also want to research the other side. What are their needs? Their constraints? What's their BATNA? Being armed with information gives you leverage and helps you anticipate what they'll say or want. It stops you from getting surprised or agreeing to something you'll regret later. Plus, planning out your own range, like knowing your ideal outcome and your minimum acceptable one, keeps you focused.
What role does listening play in successful negotiation?
It's huge. Honestly, I'd say it's probably the most important skill. People often think negotiation is about talking, about stating your case, but it's actually mostly about listening, really listening. not just waiting for your turn to speak. When you actively listen, you uncover what the other person actually needs, what's driving their position. Sometimes their stated reason isn't the real reason. You pick up on emotional cues too, when they seem hesitant or excited or defensive, and it builds trust, which makes them more likely to cooperate. Like, you can't find a win-win if you haven't figured out what win actually looks like for the other person.
How can clear communication improve negotiation results?
Clear communication is critical because misunderstandings torpedo negotiations faster than anything. The key is being direct but not aggressive, stating your needs specifically and simply. For example, instead of saying, I need a good price, say, I'm looking for something around 50 that's clear. Avoiding jargon or beating around the bush prevents confusion. Asking clarifying questions confirms you're both on the same page. And a huge one, speaking calmly and confidently, even when you feel nervous. People respond to your credibility, and good communication builds that. Have you found any particular phrases or communication styles work well for you?
What are common mistakes people make while negotiating?
Oof, plenty. First, being poorly prepared, going in without a sense of your bottom line or their potential needs. Another big one is talking too much and listening too little. Then there's getting emotionally involved, letting your anger or frustration dictate your decisions instead of staying level headed. A lot of people reveal their bottom line too early. Don't volunteer your limit. Also, being afraid to ask for what you want. Many people undervalue themselves or assume the other person won't budge. Lastly, focusing only on price, sometimes getting other concessions like shipping, warranties, or faster delivery is more valuable than a lower price tag. Sound familiar? Ever caught yourself making any of those? You still there, Umar? Everything okay?
My next question
Take your
is,
time.
how does emotional control affect negotiation?
Emotional control is like the superpower of negotiation. When you get angry, scared, or frustrated, your judgment goes out the window. You're way more likely to make irrational choices, say something you regret, or walk away from a deal that was actually pretty good. Staying calm lets you think clearly, listen better, and respond thoughtfully instead of reacting defensively. It gives you space to understand the other person's perspective and project confidence, even when you're feeling stressed internally. If you can handle your emotions, you're in control. They're not driving the bus. Do you find yourself getting particularly emotional in certain types of negotiation?
Can empathy strengthen negotiation outcomes?
Absolutely. Empathy isn't about being a pushover, it's about understanding what's driving the other person's needs and fears. When you get that, you can start framing your proposals in ways that address their concerns, making them more likely to agree. People want to feel heard and understood, and demonstrating empathy builds trust. Instead of battling head to head, you start collaborating towards a solution that works for both of you. Empathy shows you're not just focused on your win, you care about a fair outcome. It moves it from adversarial to a problem solving situation. Have you ever tried consciously showing empathy during a negotiation?
My next question is, can
Yeah,
confidence
what's your
affect negotiation success?
huge confidence projects authority, competence, and conviction. When you sound sure of yourself, people are more likely to take you
That's
seriously.
it, Maya,
Trust
for
your
now. Thank you for your time and everyone else for watching. I'll see you in the next session.